This is Piers Morgan Live. What is your reaction to the performance of that young black woman in a very difficult situation that she didn't really want to be in?
You know, I'm glad that you point out that this is a young woman who was in a difficult situation that she didn't want to be in. One thing that the previous guest said that I completely agree with is that as a prosecutor, you don't get to pick and choose who your witnesses are going to be. We don't get to pick and choose who our victims are going to be, who saw what, when they saw it, or where it took place. Rachel Jeantel happened to be the young woman on the phone with the victim of a homicide moments before he was killed. She didn't think that that was the last conversation she would have with Trayvon Martin. She was not thinking that she would be put on center stage and be made to look like, I don't want to use a word that upsets me, but made to look like an idiot, which is exactly what a lot of people have been calling her and using as a way to really blast her. And it really disappointed me, Piers, and I'll tell you why. When I saw Rachel Jeantel testify, I saw a 19-year-old woman from a background that may be different than the people who were judging her, that may be different from even the jurors who will evaluate her information and the evidence that she presented. As I learned more and more about her, I became curious. She has a Caribbean background, which has some of the sensibilities of, say, our Southern background. I was born in the South, and so I was raised in a similar fashion. These are traditions that we don't go away from, no matter how old we are. A Southern girl, a Caribbean girl, would never use foul language in the presence of somebody's mother under any circumstances. I'm 51 years old. I cannot tell you that I have ever used foul language in my mother's presence. And I know that she would look at me cross-eyed if I did. I would never use foul language to somebody else's mother. And so the thought that she was in some way being incredible when she left out the sort of language of a teenager talking back and forth to another teenager, and that would impact on her credibility, is incredulous to me. As a prosecutor, you take on the burden of making your witness relatable to the jury.